Happy Sunday, Risers. Saagar and I are back to answer all of your burning questions. Another round of Rising Cues, so let's dive right in, shall we? First up, we have Nawaz Sulemanji. Sorry.
Let's go with that one.
What do you think about Andrew Yang calling out Amazon in the latest ad? I mean, I personally love when you make it specific because it's easier to be general, you know, the big tech or whatever, but when you put a specific company name to it, it is a little more aggressive and lands a little bit better.
No, it was definitely the right move because he was talking about Amazon in the context of like how much they're paying workers and all this, and I think that look, that's his core message, right? His whole core message is about automation in the workforce, about how these things are all helping big tech companies boost their bottom lines where ordinary people get screwed. So I think it was a good way to do it. And actually, I would like to see a little bit more of that from him, a little bit more aggressive, going after some of the people he views as the worst actors in the economy. That's something Warren and Bernie do very much to their advantage. And there's a good reason politicians do it. It's good politics. Yeah,
well, it's good politics, but I also think it's, I mean, there's all this like BS conversation around civility, and we need civility, but maybe we shouldn't call them out by name. But I think, look, call a spade a spade. These are some of the worst actors, and they're some of the most influential actors in America, so call them out.
Absolutely. All right, second question from Osmond John. He says, do you think all centrists in the race help Bernie Sanders, being that the establishment will be split amongst them and the progressive vote will consolidate completely behind Sanders? I just see Warren and Mayor Pete's rise coming from Biden and Harris's fall. What do you think, Krystal?
Oh. No doubt about it.
Yeah, I agree.
The more people that come in, Deval Patrick, Michael Bloomberg, Hillary, come on in.
Yeah.
I mean, it's unclear who exactly they take from, but it is totally clear that it's not Bernie Sanders.
That's the funniest thing. It was just like Trump. It was like Trump would never have won if the field was 16 or 17. It wasn't 16 or 17 people.
That's true.
If it had just been Marco Rubio would be the nominee and Hillary Clinton would be president. But the stratified field actually helps a lot. So, if you're a Bernie person, here's the thing about anti-establishment people. It's usually like 1/3 of the party / the country. But if you can break it up enough on the other sides, that's how you come to power.
That's right. All right. What would a Biden presidency mean for down-ticket Democrats during the 2022 and 2024 election cycles? Nothing good would be my guess. That would be my guess as well. I mean, I also think look, there's a lot of anti-Trump energy on the left, and that's going to do a lot of work to overcome a lack of enthusiasm that clearly exists for Biden. But it also means nothing good, frankly, for 2020, because if you had the anti-Trump energy combined with actual affirmative excitement for the top of the ticket, then you can boost turnout even more. So, there will be seats that will be lost that could be won if you had a more exciting top of the ticket in 2020. And then in 2022 and 2024, when you've got more of the same, when you've got basically, more incrementalism, more gridlock, more of the same that people have had a backlash against time and time again, it's going to be a bloodbath.
Yeah, and that's the thing is when you see this, there's some anti-Trump energy, but you have to mobilize that, turn it into something. And look, let's be honest, Joe Biden's not going to do anything. Even if he became president, no major legislation is going to pass through this United States Senate if it remains Republican. And you're basically going to get a redux of the Obama administration, except you won't even have the cool part of the first 2 years. You're going to have just this very boring, reverse everything Trump has done in the executive action. He'll rejoin Paris. He'll go to NATO and be like, he'll do an apology tour like his former president and be like, we're so sorry about how terrible we were under Trump, and they're just going to get nuked across the country whenever 2022.
The bottom line is the pendulum is going to keep swinging wildly back and forth until you actually have a president that freaking does something and actually delivers in a tangible way and makes government something that people can be proud of again and makes it feel like it's connected and responsive to their lives. And Joe Biden ain't.
You have to create a new normal. That's what FDR and Lyndon Johnson did, which is they created a new normal and they created the paradigm which everybody else plays the game in, and that's just not what Biden is prepared. I mean, he doesn't believe in that. That's not his theory of politics.
Yeah, that's right. That does it for us on this Sunday morning. But before we go, we wanted to let you know to get your insidery questions ready for us for next week. The Hill's editor-in-chief, Bob Cusack, is going to join us for a very special edition of Rising Q's.
Exclusive. And also get your questions ready for our post-Thanksgiving edition of Rising Q's. That's 2 weeks from today. We'll be back later with a couple of interviews. We're going to see you guys tomorrow to break it all down. The latest news from Washington, D.C. We're going to see you then. Hit subscribe if you haven't already, and we'll see you tomorrow.
Have a great day, guys.